Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on how to pass limited insolvency examination in just 15 days. Well, friends, the syllabus is changing from 1st January 2021, and the time is short for clearing the limited insolvency examination with the current syllabus. For your help, friends, as guest speaker today, we have Mr. Ashish Makhija, who has joined us from the United States, and he'll help us in achieving our goal of becoming insolvency professional. We at Transition Friends have also got packages which will help you in clearing the limited insolvency examination in just 15 days. Mr. Makhija is a master faculty who has trained and mentored more than 5,000 insolvency professionals. His sessions are much sought for across the country. He is a renowned author, having authored more than 14 books on the subject of insolvency law and corporate law. His book, Analysis of Cases for Limited Insolvency Examination, 4th edition, published by Bloomsbury and Transition, is one of the top sellers, which is primarily meant for the aspirants of limited insolvency examination. He has served as the standing counsel for the official liquidator attached to the High Court of Delhi, and he's also an insolvency professional. Mr. Makhija, through the presentation today, will help and guide us in achieving our goal of becoming the insolvency professional in just 15 days. With this, I would request Mr. Makhija to take us through the presentation and guide the participants.
Thank you, Anurag, and I welcome each of the participants today. I think this is a very important webinar in the sense that the time is very short, as Anurag has mentioned, and I must thank Transition for organizing this kind of a webinar so that a guidance can be given, a complete holistic guidance can be given, provided to all the participants, to all the aspirants of the insolvency professional. Now, friends, one of the important aspects is that today, if we count from today, we are left with almost around, not more than 39 days. Because the examination, the current syllabus, the examination under the current syllabus pattern is to be taken until 31st December 2020. So time is really short. And but we should not lose our heart, even if we have not started our preparation. Anyone who has not started the preparation, they can still do that, because 15 days is good enough. You can definitely pull that through, and you can pass that examination. How to do that, and in what way it is to be done? Well, of course, during the presentation, during this webinar, we are going to deal with those aspects. If you have any questions, friends, what you can do is, let me finish my presentation. Then in the meantime, you can also post your questions in the chat box, or in case Transition is, Anurag and other people from Transition will also be able to take up your questions. Well, let me start with the presentation in the right earnest. Well, friends, one of the important aspects are that, is it the best time? Well, friends, let me tell you that this is the only time now left with us, because it is not that you will not be able to pass examination after 1st January, because syllabus is getting changed. Now, if the syllabus is changing, it is becoming much wider. It is becoming difficult. Even the examination pattern is also going to change. So therefore, it will not be a bad thing to call that this is the best time. Right? It is a right thing. I will say it is the best time. It is the right time. It is the perfect time. It is a golden time to pass examination. But what is that golden time to pass? That is until 31st December 2020. So countdown has already started. There are 39 days which are available at your hand, rather 37 days, I would say. So therefore, friends, do not delay. This is something which you will relish, which you will be able to add to your name, which will be this kind of, you can say, insolvency professional. If it is written on your business card, well, definitely it is going to give you a lot of credibility. And not only that, it actually offers you a very good practice area. That is, many of the people have already seen that. So don't lose heart. Time is still with you. You can still make that effort. Now, how to do that? Let me first start with that. What is new in the syllabus of limited insolvency examination? all of you must be aware that this current syllabus was brought in by IBBI with effect from 1st July 2019. So it is effective from 1st July 2019. Now the next syllabus has been announced and that will be effective from 1st January 2021. So if you take the examination till 31st December, you will be actually covering the syllabus which was announced on with effect from 1st July 2019. Now, first of all, let's look at what is new in the syllabus so that we understand. First is the change of pattern. The pattern of the examination is changing. Number two, there are new additions in the syllabus. The syllabus is also being enhanced. Now, that is something which is crucial. Even the weightage within the syllabus has also changed. Just to give you an example, insolvency and bankruptcy code and in the rules and regulations framed thereunder, they had a combined weightage of 40%. They have combined weightage under the current syllabus, which is effective till 31st December. But from 1st January, the syllabus remains same. Rather, I would say that there is a huge addition in the syllabus because in IBC, you will find that many new provisions have been notified. Many amendments have also taken place. Rules and regulations, some new rules and regulations have been added and there have been a lot of new amendments. So volume to the extent of IBC rules and regulation has increased after 1st July 2019. But the weightage, which is currently 40% from this syllabus, now they propose to bring it down to 25%. So imagine you are going to study the say 30% more, but the weightage comes down by 15%. Well, that is something that means you'll have to study something much more. So my suggestion has always been that if you focus on your conceptual knowledge of the IBC, now that is very, very important. How to gain that? Of course, I'm going to deal with that aspect also. The focus has to be there on the conceptual and analytical knowledge. Of course, this examination is based on, you see, your own strategies. You have to memorize many portions also, which will deal with that. But the main important aspect which I wanted to bring to your knowledge, notice was that conceptual knowledge is important. Just mugging up is not going to help you. This is very, very important. How to do that, I'm going to deal with that in a little while. Well, friends, under the new syllabus, 75 questions will be asked now. And of course, 75 questions are equal to 100 marks. And you require 60 marks for passing. That means 60% is required for passing. Currently, under the current syllabus, 89 questions are being asked. And now they are going to reduce it to 75 questions. That means the weightage of some questions is going higher up. They are not all of 1 mark, but there will be many questions of 2 marks each, as you would have seen on your, as you are seeing on your screen. 25 questions will be asked of 2 marks each. This is from 1st January, and 50 questions of 1 mark each. So imagine 25 questions of 2 marks each. Anything goes wrong in that, now the negative marking is 25%. You are brought down very, very quickly. And currently, compare that with the current syllabus. 89 questions. Out of 89 questions, 2 marks questions are only 11 questions. So out of 11 questions, supposing 3 go wrong, well, you are there is a deduction of 1.5 mark. But if I take the same percentage of wrong questions in 25 questions, well, out of 25, you can imagine there will be 6 questions which will become wrong, or 7 questions. Now, if 6 questions are wrong, you are brought down by 3 marks. So negative marking is also, that also plays a huge role. So this is a big change, friends, which is happening. So let us not wait for 1st January. Let us do it by 31st December. And mark my words, friends, you will really, really appreciate and you will be proud of yourself once you become insolvency professional by passing this kind of an exam. I'm not saying that one cannot pass the exam after 1st January. But once the opportunity is there with us to pass it before 31st December under an easy syllabus, under an easy pattern of examination, why not do it? And the time is still there. So therefore, we must do this. Okay, let me take you to another very important aspects. Now, as I was mentioning, that new rules and regulations have also been introduced in IBC. Well, friends, you will be aware that part number 3, which remains unnotified till 1st July 2019, was notified in December 2019, which means that now even the part number 3, which is relating to personal guarantors to corporate debtor, remains notified. Now, if that is notified, obviously the related rules and regulations have also been brought in. So 4 sets of rules and regulations have been added, which are huge. I must tell you, each one runs into almost around 20 to 30 pages. So imagine if you have to study 120 pages more. Well, that is what I am encouraging people, that please pass this exam today. Of course, when you come into practice, you will have to study them, but that is only an updation, not from the examination point of view. And a lot of amendments have also taken place in the insolvency and bankruptcy code. So after 1st July 2019. So here your cutoff date is 1st July 2019. That means any amendment which takes place after 30th June 2019, you don't have to study from examination point of view. Any new rules or regulations or amendment in rules and regulation, you do not have to study. You do not have to study any amendment even in allied laws. Look at the advantage which you are going to get. And another advantage is that new allied laws, right now there are almost 16 allied laws which are in your syllabus. Imagine if some more allied laws are added. Code of Civil Procedure, CPC, is being added in your syllabus, which was not there earlier. So therefore, additional burden. Prevention of Corruption Act, even that also needs to be studied. MSME Act 2016 is also part of the syllabus. And then there are 2 more acts which are also being added: Real Estate Regulation and Development Act, RERA, and also Securities and Contract Regulation Act. So existing syllabus remains as it is. Plus, this is the additional volume which the aspirants will have to study. So friends, do you think that you should be passing this exam before 31st December? I think we have to set aside everything apart. Uh, I mean, you are busy professionals. I know you are practicing as a CA, as a company secretary, as a cost accountant, or as an advocate. Well, my dear friends, if you can spare 15 to 20 days from your own practice, I think that will give you another kind of opportunity for career. Now, what is happening in new syllabus? Let us look at this. Currently, there are case laws which are there, and there are 59 case laws. From 1st January, the case laws are 60. So you must be wondering that there is no change. There is only one addition in the case laws. Well, friends, it looks like that there is change in one case law, but if you ask me, the case laws which are being added now or being considered, my dear friends, they are very voluminous now. Previously, if I can easily say that out of 59 cases, each case runs on an average of 20 pages or 30 pages. Imagine 59 cases multiplied by 30, you had to study around 1800 pages or 2000 pages. But now the cases which have been added are of Supreme Court, of NCLAT. Now each case runs into 100 to 150 pages. Imagine. So 100 and 150 pages. So if on an average, I can take say 60 pages now. So instead of 2000 pages, now you will have to study 3600 pages. So volume has gone up in that sense. Then this examination pattern is also changing. The focus is not on the theoretical part. Right now, under the current syllabus, like, let me give you an example, part 3, which remains unnotified. What you need to do is you need to study that theoretically. There are no case laws, there are no notifications, there are no rules and no regulations. Simply study the theoretical part in the code and you are able to pass the exam if you are able to memorize certain portions. But if you wait till 1st January, my dear friends, the pattern of examination is changing to not only theoretical, but it is changing to case study based. And now, right now, there are case studies which there are only 2 case studies, and the total weightage of the case studies is 16 marks. 12 marks case study comes from part number 2, 6 questions of 2 marks each, and another case study comes from part number 3, 4 questions of 1 mark each, which is kind of theoretical. But look at the change in the pattern. Now there will be case studies of a huge pattern which is changing. Now there will be 4 case studies, and the total marks of the case studies are, you can add up all these, my dear friends. 20 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6. That means 40 marks. So now instead of 16 marks, it is going to go up to 40 marks. And case studies, mark my friends, they are pretty difficult. They are all practical. That means you should have A, conceptual knowledge, B, knowledge of the case laws, and C, then applying that law and the case law to that particular case study. And they are expanded now. CIRP or liquidation, 10 questions of 2 marks each. Individual insolvency and bankruptcy, 4 questions of 8 marks. And then companies, partnerships, and LLP, this is a new edition which is now coming. Another case study is coming from this. 3 questions of 6 marks total. And business and professional ethics, 3 marks of 2 marks, 3 questions of 2 marks, that means 6 marks. So even the syllabus has been enhanced, the pattern is going to change. So it is very, very advantageous, friends. I cannot overemphasize this fact that you must pass the exam before 31st December, and it is not difficult. Let's not lose hope that the time is short. I'll show you that it is still possible. First thing is, I've written that you have to make up your mind, right? Well, friends, there is no option. Please make up your mind even today. After this presentation, within 5 minutes, you have to make up your mind. Otherwise, you're going to lose that time. You do not have that much of time now, because if you say, okay, I will take a decision after 1 week, well, you will lose 1 more week. So decide now and do it. That is why I have also written, drop everything and focus on limited insolvency exam. That is possible. So nothing great is going to suffer if you do not go to your practice, or maybe you can look at your practice remotely for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then concentrate on your studies. This is what I exactly always say, that you need 100 hours of study. Well, 15 days, 6 hours daily, 90 hours, that is good enough. So 15 days, 16 days you can devote from today. So if I start counting from say 23rd or 24th, maybe tomorrow, from tomorrow itself, then by 9th of December, you are ready to take the exam. And you can take that exam maybe in the second week of December. And well, idea is, and the focus should be to pass the exam in the first attempt. If God forbid something happens, you're not able to, at least keep a margin so that you can take exam in the coming week thereafter, because you cannot book 2 slots at the same time. You have to book first slot, and if you are not able to pass, then you have to book that. But focus in such a manner, prepare yourself in such a manner that you are able to pass in first attempt, and that is not difficult, friends. And I'm going to tell you how it can be done, and how Transition, which are organizing this seminar, they have got a complete package, and they will really help you, starting from where to study and going up to the practice exams. Even they have created certain practice exams also. So let us try to do that. But let us look at who is eligible. Friends, who is eligible is, this examination is meant for people who have completed 10 years as membership, because that is required for registration. So mark my words, there is a slight confusion, but I'll clarify that. If you are a chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary, and advocate, if you have to, and you're going to register as IP, well, you have to pass limited insolvency exam, and then plus you must have 10 years as membership. It has nothing to do with employment. It has nothing to do with certificate of practice. It is simply that you should have 10 years of membership. So whether you are in employment, not in practice, well, but membership must be there. So you must demonstrate that you are a member of any of these institutes. Now, this is a good part of it. If you have completed 9+ years, you must take the exam now. Why? Because once you pass the exam, your result is valid for a period of 1 year. That means IBBI gives you 1 year to register on the basis of the exam which you have passed. So assuming if you pass the exam on 15th December 2020, this certificate or examination is valid till 15th December 2021, then you can register. So by that time, your 10 years membership will be complete. So right now, if you are in 9+ years, you will be able to complete 10+ years by that time, and then you can apply for registration. This is something which is very, very crucial. So I always encourage those youngsters who have completed 9+ years, because you see, if you don't do it right now, you wait for 10 years, well, then the examination is going to become tough. So that is also one of the important aspects which I wanted to share with you. And it is not only meant for these professionals. If you have a graduate degree, but with 15 years of experience in managerial capacity. So first condition is 15 years experience. Second, managerial capacity. It can't be, you can say, on a clerical level. So then you also get 1 year to register as insolvency professional after passing limited insolvency, and live certificate is valid for 1 year. That is what I mentioned. So these are the two criterias which are there, which you can look into this. This is extremely important. Well, what you should do now, I'm coming to the brass tacks, that how you have to really go through this. There are few YouTube videos which have been posted by Transition on YouTube channel. Just find out YouTube channel of Transition. I think it will be much easier. And then there is a IP aspirants WhatsApp group has also been created by Transition, which you can also join. These links are there. Maybe I will request Transition to post them in the chat box so that you can easily subscribe from there. Now, exactly how you have to proceed. Friends, for your purposes, and I am the faculty there, Transition has reworked over a period of time, and now they have come out with a hybrid module, because we understand that live classes are not going to work at this stage because the time is not there. But this is what we are calling, or Transition is calling, as hybrid module. Now, what do you mean by hybrid module? Of course, you can go to transition.com, and Mr. Naveen Khanna's number is also mentioned. For any question you have, he's a very helpful person, and he will be able to guide you. Now, what is there in the hybrid module? But before we come to that, let's see how we have to do it. Today, because the time is short, we have to keep it simple. Now, how to keep it simple? That is number one, study from the bare acts alone. You do not require any book, elaborate book on any of the examination or on any of the syllabus. Just read it from the bare acts. And bare acts must be up to the cutoff date 30th June 2019. Please do not take any bare act of a later date, because if you take off a later date, you will get confused. You don't need to study that. Now, what the Transition, what they have done is they have also created, you see, bare acts in two parts. One is IBC plus rules and regulations, which are again up to the cutoff date 30th June 2019. And there is a part two, allied laws, all allied laws, again up to 30th June 2019. Once you subscribe to them, you get an order confirmation with a download link. So you can download instantly. I mean, that is what is of a great help, my dear friends. Then you need to prepare thoroughly. You have to study those bare acts thoroughly at least 3 times. This is what I tell every time. Please make 3 readings, and I call that as stop, look, and go. If you do not read the act or the rules and regulation 3 times, it will not stick to your memory. But 3 times reading is very, very important. And then, of course, we were talking about hybrid module, and I am going to tell you certain details about that Transition hybrid module you can attend. And this is going to be of a great help, my dear friends. And I must share with you that the past, you see, the participants have passed, you see, with a very, very high percentage, scoring in the range of 80%, 78%, 76%. Percentage does not matter, friends. But if you pass with 70 plus or 60, high 60s, well, it increases your confidence, isn't it? And this is, you see, very important that we must look at this. And then the next is that you must attempt Transition practice exam. So there is a whole package on the Transitions website, starting from giving you the bare acts, giving you the modules for all the syllabus, and then they are also giving you the practice exams, which are exactly the mirror image of IBBI. So to a larger extent, you get an idea how to really attempt those exams. Sure Shot IP hybrid module, what is this? This is, when you say hybrid, hybrid is a combination of live classes as well as it is a combination of pre-recorded classes. So live classes for 7 days. Well, these classes are, you see, starting from 27 November, which so time is pretty short, and probably they will go up to say 3rd of December. You will they will end on that. So you will be with me for 7 days, and they are 3 hours daily, 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. 21 hours of intensive training. This is a must, my dear friends. There is an online facility to ask questions. The recordings are also made available for next 15 days. So you will have the benefit of those recordings for 15 days. Now a transition has got onto an LMS platform, which is very state of the art. The people who are joining from the last batch itself, they have started last two batches rather. They have started the LMS platform, which is wonderful. A lot of other material is also given. And during the course of these classes, unique tips to memorize provision is also given. And whatever PPTs and other materials are there, they are also put on the LMS for the purposes of reading. So you will be given that facility also. So without, I mean, with less of an effort, you get maximum number of things out of there. Well, I am the faculty, so you will be with me. Uh, there are 59 case laws which are there. I will be doing 10 cases with you and to tell you how to read them, how to go about them. But in any case, there is another pre-recorded module for case laws. So you will, under the hybrid module, you will get that. That means there are all 59 cases. You can watch those recorded lectures, but 10 cases will be done live with you also. Two case studies. Now, case studies are very important, friends. Now, case studies are something because they have become very innovative nowadays in IBBI. And many people are facing, you see, certain problem in case studies. So I transition helps you in solving those case studies and live case studies which are handed over. And then on a sample, three allied laws are covered so that you know how to study them. But there is a separate allied laws module also which you can subscribe. There are recorded lectures for 6 hours. You can view them. You see, and you can really do that within 15 days. I'm going to tell you how you're going to read that. And as part of the hybrid module, you get one free online practice exam, which is there. And then, of course, you can have some more exams if you want. And these two books, which is one book which is written by me, analysis of cases for limited insolvency exam, you get free as part of the hybrid module, and also transition insolvency practice exam, where there are 10 practice exams are there. So friends, what I am saying is that, and this book is very helpful. Why I'm saying so? Because I told you there are 59 cases and they run into 2000 pages. Well, it is not possible to read them within 15 days. In this book, I have summarized, you see, all the 59 cases in a very, very short format, where I've given facts, issues, and ratios of each case. Well, memorize them. There are tables to memorize. There are practice papers which have been given. Do that. And many people have written back to me on a WhatsApp group saying that, sir, I was very confident and I believe that I have scored 100% marks in case loss questions, because 5 questions come of 2 marks each. So this is something where you can really, really help. And these are two pre-recorded case laws module, which you can get 9 hours of recording, which covers all 59 cases. So I tell you how to, because you see, 59 cases is very difficult to remember. But if you know how to remember by using keywords, now those keywords, if you remember, this is what I'm going to help you in all these lectures, in the recorded lectures. So what you can, and there are 6 hours recording in allied laws. So now, friends, you have live classes as well as pre-recorded classes. The access will be given immediately. So what you need to do every day, here for 2 to 3 hours, my case law module, and then attend 3 hours class. So 6 hours are there. So in just 7 days, you will be not only covering IBC, you will be covering case laws, you will be covering allied laws also. Because 9 hours plus 6 hours is 15 hours. 15 hours divided by 5, 3 hours daily, you will have to watch the videos. And 3 hours you attend with me. So 6 hours you are done. You don't study more than this. This is good enough. But after you have completed this 7 years, 7 days of say live classes plus these pre-recorded, 7 days, you get yourself on your own to study and revise the whole syllabus. Study it on your own and then do it. So 15 days are good enough. This is what I have been telling people that 15 days, you can make the preparations. Well, friends, next batch starts on 27 November, live classes. Plus, of course, there will be 2 pre-recorded modules. Now, if you do not have time for live classes, well, there are even pre-recorded lectures for the signature module. So what you can do is you can take signature module plus case law module plus allied laws module, and you can watch at your own convenience. But if you attend live classes, my dear friends, it is a different experience altogether. That's what I suggest people. And those who have attended, obviously, they have found that there is a difference. So it is always better that if you attend live, you can ask questions, and I'm there to help you. Here is Mr. Naveen Khanna's number. You can always contact him. Well, the seats are definitely limited. So if you want to join, so please do it very quickly. You can also join on transition.com. So go there, look at the forthcoming batches, pre-recorded lectures, online practice exams, and Bear Act also you can get in a soft copy. So this is what it's all about. Now, if you have any questions, friends, I think then I'll be able to take all those questions. So do we have any questions, Anurag or anyone else from Transition?
Yes, sir. I have a couple of questions with me, which I've received on the private chat.
Okay,
Hello.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
First
ahead.
is, do you recommend any specific books, study material apart from the classes while studying for the exam?
Okay, as I've already mentioned, this is a very good question, and generally I'm asked this question. Well, you do not require any book. That is what I have suggested. What you require is the analysis of cases for limited insolvency examination, which everyone gets as a part of the hybrid module. There are no books which are required. Keep it simple, my dear friends. Study from the Bear Acts. And even the Bear Acts you have to study up to a cutoff date of 30th June 2019. So go to the Transitions website, download from there. I think that's the most convenient. Even I can share a screen, you see, of the Bear Acts, which have been created by Transition. I'll just show my dear friends. Look at this. This is part 1. So part 1 talks about insolvency and bankruptcy code with rules and regulations and allied laws is in part 2, and part 1 is amended up to 30th June. So, and after that, you see, you will find all those things, and then there is a part 2. Part 2 contains all allied laws starting from Companies Act to so and so, and they run into a lot of pages actually. So total number of pages are almost 2000, but you can get it from Transition. Download it quickly so that everything is available. Yes, any other question, please?
Yes, sir. Next question is that I have been attempting these exams. I've attempted thrice, but always getting 57, 58. Anything on the strategy, specifically on the strategy to attempt these exams?
Okay, well, they are all covered as tips in my book also. I can give you 2, 3 tips. Number 1, negative marking is something which brings people down. So you must be wary about the negative marking. Now, if you are talking about how to avoid that, simple strategy. Because it's a multiple choice question, you have to book a center where you will have to go to a center and take the examination. And all the questions, 89 questions, are multiple choice questions. That means one question, four options will be given to you. Sometimes it so happens that we do not know the answer. If you do not know the answer, friends, this is one of the greatest tip which I can give you. Please leave that question. Do not attempt to answer it, because if you answer it, a negative mark will be there, and that will bring down people have scored 59.75, 59, 58. Well, that is where it makes a difference. So what you need to strategize is like this. I told you there are 89 questions. Out of 89 questions, 11 questions are of 2 marks each. And I always tell people that these are must attempt questions, including the case laws and the case studies. So if you are prepared well, you have a good knowledge, you can score at least, 22 marks, even if not 22, assuming out of 11 questions, answer of 9. So 9 multiplied by 2 is equal to 18. So friends, out of 60 questions, 60 marks, you have already scored 18. Now you need to score 42 out of how many questions now? 78. Now, out of 78, even if you leave 20 questions, 58, can't you score 42 out of 58? Even though there may be some negative marking and say 5 questions go wrong, 5 answers go wrong. So leaving 20 questions, my dear friends, even then you are passing the exam. So think about it, do your own mathematics, pass it with a strategy. Okay. Yes, over to you.
Yes, the next question is, do we also cover cases under allied laws? Like sometimes questions are asked under surface.
Okay. I think we have lost your voice, but I could read that from the chat box also. Well, you see, the cases from the allied laws are generally not asked. Please mark my words. They are generally not asked. Because they have to only concentrate only on the case laws which have been specified by IBBI, which are 59 cases. Generally speaking, no one has come to me and told me that any of this case law has been asked. But what happens is, supposing the case laws which have been notified by IBBI, in that particular case law, supposing some reference has been given to another case law which has been decided under SURFACE, maybe they may be asking question from there. But it will not be like this, that under allied laws, any question which will be asked. Well, that may be an exception, because you see, Supreme Court case judgment which you are saying must have been referred in one of the case laws. So that could be one of the reasons you would have got it. Otherwise, there are chances are very remote. So in any case, if one question comes, maybe you'll have to leave that out of that. Okay. Yes.
Sir, I've got a question from Mr. Gupta. Since the time is short now and the syllabus is quite vast, is there any possibility that we can leave some part of the syllabus and still manage to clear the exam?
Well, actually, that is not a good idea. The time is not short. Time is with you, because I said 100 hours. You can still devote 6 hours daily. It's not a big deal actually. And if you can increase it to 7 hours, even your number of days will come down to say 14 days or 13 days, isn't it? So do it, my dear friends. I think this is a one-time opportunity with us. We can take at least 15 days out of our busy schedules. I'm only saying 6 hours daily. Well, it's difficult. Supposing you devote in the morning, you get up early from 7 to 10, 3 hours. And then 5:30 to 8:30, you are attending classes. And then in the middle of time, you can attend your office. I don't think it is difficult. You guys can manage multitasking. I think every chartered accountant, cost accountant, lawyers are doing it. Company secretaries are doing it. So I think everyone is capable of doing it. So I don't think the time is short, in the sense, yes, the pressure is there, no doubt about it, but I will not suggest leaving any syllabus, because any question can come. They are all random asking questions. Any question can pop up, my dear friend. So please do not leave any syllabus. 15 days are good enough to cover all the syllabus. Go for hybrid module. I'm sure you will be able to pass in first attempt. Yes.
So the next question is, after 7 days of live classes, will we be able to get some support from you in case we have some doubts or need some clarity while self-studying and preparing for the exam?
Very good question. In fact, this is what transition aims for. That is what I mentioned. Number one, now there is an LMS platform, which is the state of art LMS platform. There they have the discussion forum. You can send an email there itself. And in fact, in the LMS platform now, there are assessments are also which are being posted. Like there are 3 tests which are there of 10 questions each. So you can test over a period of time, 2-3 attempts are allowed. So you know what sort of questions are coming. Transition is training you. If there are any doubts, there is a transition discussion forum on LMS platform. And the best part is for every batch, a WhatsApp group is also created, which is voluntary for the participants to join. And we are seeing the last few batches, they are discussing amongst themselves, because everyone is, supposing one participant takes the exam, He comes, and if he passes or doesn't pass, whatever this thing, of course, everyone is passing. There are very few exceptional cases where people are not able to pass, but maximum number of people are passing. So they come and share their experiences on the WhatsApp group, that these were the type of the questions which are asked. And if there are any doubts, they are posting it. Even their co-participants are answering. Transition also answers. I also answer because I am also a part of that WhatsApp group. So my dear friends, don't worry. The idea is that attempt must be made, that you should be given full support till the time you pass the exam. Full support is given by Transition and by me also. Yes. Any other question?
So Mr. Goyal is asking that he has booked the exam in first week of December, but now would like to attend the transition classes. So is there any option to reschedule the exam?
Yes, it is possible also, because you can always change. Go to the IBBI's website, look for a new slot. You can always reschedule it. So that is possible. If you don't get any option there, send an email to IBBI. There are 2 email IDs are there, which you will be able to find out from IBBI's website. Do that and send them an email. They will be able to do it. Idea is, please take IBBI exam only once you are fully prepared. So take these 7 days classes, which are starting from 25th. They are going to end on, say, 2nd December. And then in the meantime, you can also look at the pre-recorded lectures, do it simultaneously, prepare one more week. So by 10th of December or 11th of December, you are ready to take exam. So if you have booked that slot in that period, well, that is good. But if you have booked that little early, I would suggest that you postpone it, attend this hybrid module. That will be a good thing for you.
So the next question is that what if any class is missed because of professional commitments, the live class, if any class or part of the class is missed?
Okay. First, you should make all efforts not to miss the class, because live classes are something which are unique. So I would not suggest that you should miss. You will be with me. We will be interacting. We'll be chatting. I'll be giving you presentation. You will be asking questions. So first, your attempt should be not to miss it at all costs. Number one, because very convenient timings in the evening, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. You can schedule your appointments and other things accordingly. But for any professional commitment or for any emergency, assuming it happens, you are not able to attend it. Well, as I mentioned earlier, there are recordings which are available to you for 15 days. Even the pre-recorded lectures, those recordings are available for 15 days. So if you miss a class, well, recordings will be with you. So don't worry, friends, you will get 15 days additional time. Okay. So, but still my suggestion would be, if there are live classes, please do not miss them. Yes, over to you.
So the next question is that that's from Mr. Kapoor, that he is a chartered accountant, and let's say if he clears the exam and registers with IBBI, does it in any way create a conflict, or he can practice both? And how does it go after that?
Okay, another very good question from Mr. Kapoor. Mr. Kapoor, let me tell you a very important thing, that if you pass the limited insolvency examination, thereafter for registration, of course, I mentioned 10 years of membership must be there as a professional, or 15 years experience in a managerial capacity with a graduate degree. So if you have any of these, well, you are able to register. And supposing you are a chartered accountant, you can register as an insolvency professional along with your chartered accountancy. You can practice as a chartered accountant or as a cost accountant or company secretary or advocate. Even though you are registered as an IP, you can practice both. That means as a profession which you are continuing, plus practice as an IP, because all the 3 institutes, including Bar Council, have permitted that you can continue your practice, plus you can practice as an insolvency professional. The only restriction is with relation to the employment. If you are employed somewhere, well, you will not be able to continue, to practice as an IP along with your whole-time employment. So you will have to leave that employment, only then you will be able to do it. So please take care of that. Otherwise, practice is permitted as a CA, as a cost accountant, as a company secretary, and as an advocate. Also, look at my example. I'm an advocate practicing as an advocate, though I'm also a CA and a cost accountant, but I'm not practicing as a CA or a cost accountant, but I'm practicing as an advocate. And along with that, I'm an IP, I'm also a registered IP. So you can do that, friends. That's not a problem. Yes, any other question?
Sir, in continuation to what you just said, I have another question that if somebody is employed and doesn't want to leave his employment, so are there any other opportunities available?
Uh, well, you see, if you are still in employment, then you will not be able to be registered as an insolvency professional. So that I will not suggest. In fact, IBBI was coming out with a plan that people can register and can keep their, you see, insolvency professional membership in suspension. But I don't know whether those, I don't think those provisions have come into being. There was thought process that suspension is possible, but I would not suggest that, because it is only those people who are not employed can register and practice. So if you are planning, like it is for some people who are on the verge of retirement, they can obviously take the exam today. And if they are, you see, retiring next year, then after retirement, they can register themselves. So it is actually meant for those kind of people, or you are thinking of leaving the employment, only then it is possible. Otherwise, with employment, friends, you cannot practice as an IP. There is no option available as of today. Yes.
So the next question is, can the exam be taken by somebody who's not a chartered accountant or an advocate?
I think I've already covered that question, but I can answer that again. If you are holding a graduate degree in any field, whether you are an engineer, whether you are an architect, whether you are any other, you see, but you should hold a graduate degree, right? Many of the transitions participants have been civil engineers and electronic engineers and even mechanical engineers, and they are passed with very good marks also. So it is of great advantage to you that you should be holding some graduate degree, and then you should have 15 years of managerial experience. Two conditions, I'm again repeating: 15 years managerial experience. It should not be in a clerical manner. So if you have those certificates available with you from your employers, well, you will be able to register once you pass limited insolvency examination. I can also share one more thing, that after passing limited insolvency examination, you have to attend 50 hours training through any IPA, which is mandatory. So we call that as a pre-registration education course. So that also is required to be attended. Okay, this is there. Yes, any more questions?
Yes, sir. What is the maximum number of attempts allowed for the exam? Is there a
Well,
limit to the number of attempts?
well, number of attempts are, you see, infinite. They are unlimited. You can appear for the examination any number of times you want. But why do you want to do that? So therefore, idea is be fully prepared, and I can assure you that once you attend these hybrid modules with me, you will be able to pass the exam in first attempt if you strategize and prepare in the manner in which I give you these suggestions. So you will be able to pass the exam in first attempt. So, but in any case, yes, to academically or theoretically answer this question, you can take as many attempts as you want. I mean, IBBI is not restricting that you can't take more than one attempt. But in any case, since the time is short, as we understand, if you are fully prepared by, say, by 10th of December, in any case, you will not get more than 2-3 chances, because slots will be heavier, not easy to book. So what I suggest, another thing, my dear friends, is that today itself, after this webinar, go to the IBBI's website. You will find a examination tab, you see there. Click that tab, you will find a limited insolvency examination tab, and you will have to click that tab. Go to the examination which says syllabus up to from 1st July 2019. There, then the option is to register. please go and register yourself today with IBBI by submitting. Online registration is there. Instant registration happens provided you have all documents in hand like Aadhaar card or some PAN card. Upload that, you will register yourself today. And then once you register, you will be able to book the slot also, because till the time you register, you will not be able to book the slot. So my suggestion will be, even today, you go and book the slot, say after 10th of December, whatever is available, because there is going to be a fight on that also, right? Book one of the slots by 15th of December to be on a safe side, and then start learning backwards. Join this hybrid course, be with us for 1 week, look at the recorded lectures, give yourself 1 week more for some practice exam and for studies. And by 15th December, I'm sure, my dear friends, you will be very, very confident to take the exam and pass that exam. So this is the strategy which you can adopt right now, because in the modules, we give you tips also how to pass the exam, and then live demonstration of the practice exam is also given. So this actually helps you. So it is, I would say, end to end kind of a solution for you, starting from the beginning, going from the basics to the expert knowledge, and then giving you all things, books, examinations, and also the bare acts. So that is a huge advantage to you. And I think you can get in touch with Mr. Naveen Khanna. I hope his number has been posted in the chat box. Once again, please post that so that people can talk to him. They can visit transition.com, and I think they can do that. So please put it in chat box once again. Yes, any other question, please?
Yes, sir. One more question. Will you be taking all the classes for all the 7 days, or will there be any other faculty involved?
No, sir, I will be the only faculty. Don't worry. I will be with you for, and in fact, you see, sometimes it is not 3 hours, it gets extended to 3.5 hours. Even sometimes I've taken classes up to 4 hours also, because many of the people had a lot of questions. So I help them. Idea is not about, just give you lectures and go back. Idea is that we should make an attempt to make you pass the exam. That is my attempt, friends. And that's a sincere attempt which we do. Okay. I think there are a few questions in the chat box also. One, Mr. Sandeep Bakshi has asked, can you read that question or should I read it?
Yes, sir. I'm an advocate, worked in bank, but having more than 10 years enrollment. So is he eligible?
Oh, yes. Mr. Bakshi, if you are, worked as in a bank itself, but you have 10 years of enrollment as an advocate, well, you are eligible to take this exam. Go ahead, friends. It's a huge opportunity. Please do that. Yes.
The next question is from Mr. Ankur Gupta. We have heard a lot about transition practice exams. Can we purchase those exams?
Oh, definitely. See, the point is, as I said, from end to end solution is being given by Transition, which is very good. Starting from the bare acts which you can download, then there are live recordings, and then there are pre-recorded modules, then there are examinations, and then there are books. So my suggestion is go to transition.com, explore all those links which are there, or maybe you can directly go to the shop page. You will find all these things which are there. It's a good thing which you have asked a question, that exams, before taking IBBI's exam, where you spend 1500 rupees, and if you do not pass, your confidence comes down. So it is better to go to to practice the exams which are available on Transition's website. So please do that, friends. I think that will be a great thing which you will be doing yourself. Yes.
So one more question. Do offline videos, that is pre-recorded lectures, help equally as live lectures?
Definitely, because you see what happens is they are also being created in a manner which are kind of live lectures. So you do not feel that you are not in a virtual classroom. So you are in a virtual classroom where you see I am speaking to you, and you will be able to cover, all the case laws and even the allied laws. So the screen is also available where I show you the Bare Act or the my case laws book, and I'm referring to those pages. You are able to look at those things along with me. That is very, very important, friends. Okay. Yes. Anything else?
Yes, sir. One more question from Mr. Manoj Kumar Mittal. Please also give idea about IIPI, that is Indian Institute of Insolvency Professionals of ICAI.
Okay, Manojji, there are 3 IPAs which are registered, right? What happens is, once you pass the limited insolvency exam, which is conducted by IBBI and the agency is NISM, what you need to do is you will have to enroll yourself as a member of one of the IPAs. So there are 3 IPAs which have been made by 3 institutes, professional institutes like ICI, ICSI, and ICWI. So all the 3 institutes have got their own IPAs. And another very good part is, even if you are a chartered accountant, you want to enroll with, say, ICW's IPA or company secretary's IPA, well, you can definitely join any one of them. So it is not mandatory that you have to join Institute of Chartered Accountants, right? So this is one of those things where you have to enroll yourself and register with the IBBI. Mr. Naresh Jelly is writing that I'm told triple IPA of ICSI is the best. Can we enroll in both? Well, Mr. Jelly, I think my friend Mr. Jelly is there. I think he's one of the wonderful persons. He's a gem of a person. Well, sir, as far as enrollment in both the IPS is concerned, that is not possible. Sir, you can enroll only in one. And well, if you ask me which one is the best, if that is your question, well, friends, I will refrain myself from saying whichever is the best, because I'm faculty for all the 3. It is very difficult for me to say anything. But if anything helps, I can say that I'm registered with ICSI. I mean, I'm not saying the others are bad or others are not good. I'm not saying that. They are all equal. And in fact, I can give you another statistics. There are almost around 3,300 IPs which are registered as of today. Out of that, 2,200 or 2,300 are registered with ICI, 700, 800 are registered with ICSI, and rest are registered with ICWA. So if that helps, I don't know, but you register with anyone, they're all equal. They are actually competing with each other to give you more updates and more knowledge also. So do that, friends. Whatever you choose, I think that will be a good thing. Yes. Anything else?
That's it, sir, for now. We don't have any more questions for now.
Yeah. Okay. So, friends, I think what we can conclude is by saying, let me show you once again, the parts of it. Those people who have missed those parts, that this is the batch which is starting on 27th. Is it 27th or 25th? 27th, I believe. Huh?
So it's on 27th only. Starting on 27th.
Okay. So, I think in between I said 25th somewhere. I think it is 27th November. So I stand corrected. So batch starts on 27th November. These are live classes for 7 days. And you can visit transition.com or call Mr. Naveen Khanna at this number 8800161008. Very limited seats are available. So book your slots immediately. And if you visit transition.com, you will be able to find the details about the pre-recorded lectures, other forthcoming batches, online practice exams, books, and also the BEAR Act in a soft copy. So friends, thank you so much on behalf of Transition and on my behalf. I thank each one of you for being a part of it. I hope I was able to clarify a few doubts and encourage you and motivate you to become insolvency professional and pass the exam before 31st December. Do it, my dear friends. Drop everything and focus on this examination. Well, you will appreciate it. And if you pass the exam, give some credit to me also. Okay. Thank you so much. And over to you, Anurag.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the webinar today. It was indeed an enlightening as well as encouraging webinar for all of us. And I believe everyone is more determined to become an insolvency professional in this short duration which we have left. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. And I must thank you and Transition and all the participants for participating here. And thank you for your time and inviting me to speak at this seminar. Thank you, friends. Very good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you for attending the webinar. It was a pleasure to have you here with us. And I wish you all the very best for becoming an insolvency professional. And I wish you great success on behalf of Dream Transition. So thank you.
And I believe this video will also be available on YouTube.
Yes, sir. It is available on YouTube as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, friends. Take care. Stay safe. Stay